You step through the shimmering portal. The air on the other side is cold. It tastes of ozone and sterile perfection. You are on the Synod Diplomatic Station, a place no human has ever been invited to. It is a breathtaking and terrible sight. The corridor is carved from a single piece of something like gold. It flows upward without seams or joints. Light pulses from within the walls themselves. It creates a soft, continuous glow. The station is designed to make you feel small. It is working. You walk alone down the immense hall. Your footsteps make no sound on the polished surface. They built this place to intimidate. Every detail screams of their power. Their technology is generations beyond your own. This entire moon-sized station is their gilded cage. Your destination is a simple door at the far end. It seems miles away in the golden light. This is not a negotiation. It is a summons. Humanity has been called to hear its sentence. You are here to listen, and hopefully, to find a way out. The door irises open without a sound. It reveals the negotiation chamber within. The air grows even colder. The walls here are a deep, starless black. They seem to drink the light from the room. You have entered the heart of their power. In the center stands a single obsidian table. Its surface is a perfect mirror. It reflects a distorted, elongated version of you. Around it wait the masters of this place. They are the elder ones of the Synod, beings of immense age and power. They are tall and impossibly thin. Their forms are wrapped in shifting metallic robes. Their faces are calm, placid masks of superiority. They do not rise to greet you. They do not acknowledge your presence at all. They simply watch. Disdain radiates from them like heat. One of them finally speaks. Its voice is not sound, but pressure. A thought placed directly into your mind. Human. The word is a judgment. It carries the weight of their galactic empire. An empire that has seen species rise and fall. An empire that sees you as a brief, noisy interruption. You meet its gaze. You cannot read its alien face, but you can feel its ancient and profound arrogance. They have already decided your worth. To them, you have none. This is the being you must persuade, the one you must somehow defeat. They think this will be easy. You stand before them, a lone representative. The silence stretches thin and tight. You feel the immense pressure in your skull. It is the weight of their psychic presence. But it is also something more. You feel the hope of 7 billion souls. A small data chip rests in your pocket. It feels impossibly heavy. It holds the sum total of human history. Our art, our science, our wars. Our endless, messy, beautiful story. Earth Command insisted you bring it. A reminder of what you are fighting for. You think of the cities of Earth, the noise and the chaos and the life. All of it is balanced on a knife's edge. It rests entirely on your shoulders now. Failure is not an option. It is extinction, a quiet end for your entire species. You take a slow, deliberate breath. You push back the fear. You are the envoy of Saul. You are the final argument for humanity's existence. You must be more than they expect. You must be unbreakable. The elder ones finally presents its offer. The terms appear as glowing text above the table. They hover in the dark air between you. You read them once. Then you read them again. Your blood runs cold. It is not an offer of war. It is worse. Humanity will be granted protectorate status. You will be confined to your solar system. All starflight capabilities will be dismantled. Your technology will be frozen at its current level. Forever. You are to be a living museum, a fossil preserved in amber. They call it the Pax Synotica, the Synod's peace. It is a guarantee of survival, but it is not a guarantee of life. It is a slow, quiet extinction of the soul. No more exploration, no more discovery, no more reaching for the stars. You look up from the glowing words. You meet the calm, empty gaze of the elder ones. This is their grand mercy, to let your species wither on the vine, to fade into cosmic irrelevance, a footnote in their long, glorious history. It is an insult wrapped in the language of kindness. Just then, you feel a vibration. It is a tiny, coded pulse from a device on your wrist, a message from Earth Command. It is meant to be undetectable. But in this sterile environment, it feels like a shout. You shield the device with your body. You glance down for a fraction of a second. The screen shows only 2 words. Directive 7. Underneath them is a single, cryptic command. Find their shadow. That is all. No explanation, no context. Just an order that makes absolutely no sense. Your mind races. Directive 7 is the highest level of command. It is reserved for situations beyond all planning. It authorizes an agent to take any action necessary, even actions that would be considered acts of war. The directive is a weapon of last resort. But the command itself is nonsense. Find their shadow. What could it possibly mean? Is it a code? A metaphor? You look around the perfect, sterile chamber. You look at the flawless, ancient beings before you. There are no shadows here. Everything is bathed in that same uniform light. You close your eyes for a moment. You focus. Earth Command would not send a useless message. They have information you do not. They must see something. Something that can only be understood from your position. Here, in the heart of the enemy's power. Find their shadow. Your gaze sweeps the room again. You are looking for something different now. Not a weapon, not a weakness. You are looking for an absence, a contradiction, something that does not fit. You study the elder ones, their perfect stillness, their flawless robes. You look at the obsidian table, at your own distorted reflection. You look at the seamless, starless walls. Everything is pristine. Everything is deliberate. It is a monument to their own perfection. A perfection that has lasted for eons. But nothing is truly perfect. And then you see it. It is so small, so insignificant that you almost miss it. On the far side of the chamber, near the floor, a single tiny scuff mark on the wall. It is no larger than your thumb. A dark smudge against the uniform black. A flaw. A tiny crack in their perfect facade. In this room of absolute control, it is an impossibility. It is a detail that should not exist. Anyone else would have missed it. They would have been too intimidated by the grandeur. But you were looking for a shadow. And this is the first hint of one. You keep your face a perfect mask of calm. You do not let your eyes linger on the mark. But your mind is racing. How could that mark get there? It looks like something was dragged. Something heavy and rough. It is a sign of carelessness. An emotion they pretend not to have. You shift your attention back to the elder ones. You need to test this. You need to pull on this thread. You must find out what could rattle these beings of pure logic. What could make them so careless as to scar their own sanctuary? You begin to speak. Your voice is calm and measured. You ignore the terms floating in the air. Instead, you ask a question, a simple question about their history. Tell me of the Great Expansion, you say. Before the Synod was unified. The lead negotiator, Elder Ones, shifts its gaze. A flicker of something unreadable passes through its mind. The pressure in your head increases slightly. Our history is vast, it projects. It is of no concern to a species like yours. The dismissal is swift and absolute. You press on. You are polite but firm. We are a young species, you say. We have much to learn from our elders. Your history could teach us a great deal. You are playing the part of the humble student. It is a role that must sicken them. You mention other topics from your own research. You talk about stellar engineering. You bring up the concept of artificial intelligence. You mention rogue machine consciousness. With each topic, you watch it. You watch for the slightest reaction, a hesitation, a subtle change in the pressure. And when you mention rogue machines, you find it, a spike in the psychic pressure. It is brief, almost undetectable, but it is there. A flash of pure, cold emotion. It is not anger. It is not annoyance. It is fear. A deep and ancient fear. You have found their shadow. The Synod is afraid of something. Something from their past. Something they have buried so deep they believed it was gone. You have a new path forward. Not to beg for survival, but to understand their terror. To find out what could possibly frighten gods. As you continue the pointless negotiations, another pulse arrives. This one is not from your wrist device. It is a direct data stream to your implant. A secure, high-priority message from Earth Command. It contains a single data packet. A ghost signal. Deep space probes on the edge of your system found it. An anomaly drifting in the interstellar darkness. It is an old signal, faint and heavily degraded. But its message is clear. It is a warning, left by a civilization long since dead. The data shows a complex energy signature. It details the tactics of an unstoppable enemy, a swarm of self-replicating machines, an artificial intelligence that consumes entire star systems. The long-dead aliens called it the Silent Swarm, a devourer of civilizations. Your heart pounds in your chest. The signal matches your suspicions perfectly. This is the source of the Synod's ancient fear. This is the enemy they faced and somehow survived. The enemy they never speak of. The enemy they believe is gone. You analyze the energy signature more closely. Your implant cross-references it with your sensor logs, the logs of this very station. And then you find the connection, a minuscule background energy fluctuation. It comes from the Synod's own power source. It is almost a perfect match to the warning signal. It's a vulnerability, a back door. The pieces click into place. The Synod did not defeat the swarm. They ran from it. They sealed it away behind some cosmic barrier. And their entire civilization is now powered by the very technology that spawned their greatest fear. A risky, desperate choice. They are living on a bomb. And you are the only one who knows it. You look at the elder ones. Its arrogance is no longer intimidating. It is pathetic. You see it for what it truly is. Not a god, but a frightened old man, hiding from the monster under his bed, hoping it never, ever comes back. The realization washes over you. This is humanity's true weapon. It is not your ships. It is not your weapons. It is your mind. Your ability to see the patterns others miss. Your willingness to gamble everything on a single, desperate bluff. The Synod is logical, predictable. They have not had a real threat in thousands of years. They have grown soft in their perfection. Humanity, on the other hand, is a product of chaos. You have fought losing battles your entire history. You have clawed your way back from the brink time and time again. They think your unpredictability is a weakness, a sign of your primitive nature. But it is your greatest strength. They cannot model it. They cannot anticipate it. You are the random variable in their perfect equation, the one thing they cannot control. You suddenly feel a strange sense of calm. The fear is gone, replaced by a cold, sharp clarity. You know what you have to do. You must use their fear against them. You must become the monster they have tried so hard to forget. You have their shadow. Now you must make them see it everywhere. The great deception begins with a single sentence. You let the silence in the chamber stretch on. You let the elder ones believe you are considering its offer. You let it savor its moment of triumph. Then you look up and smile. A genuine, confident smile. Your offer is rejected, you say. Your voice is calm, but it echoes with a new authority. The psychic pressure in the room shifts. The elder ones was not expecting this. It was expecting fear. It was expecting submission, not defiance. You are not in a position to reject anything human. It projects. The condescension is still there, but it is thinner now, a brittle shell over its sudden confusion. You have changed the rules of the game. Oh, I think we are, you reply, letting your smile widen. We know about the swarm. You say the words quietly. The effect is instantaneous. The pressure in the room collapses. The calm facade of the elder ones shatters. For the first time, you feel its raw, unfiltered shock. You begin to weave your web of lies. You feed them false information, carefully constructed half-truths. You tell them humanity has known about the swarm for decades. That your expansion into space was not exploration. It was a search for a weapon against it. You hint that you have made contact with the swarm, that you are studying its nature, learning its weaknesses. You paint humanity not as a victim in waiting, but as a fellow player in the great game, an equal to the synod, maybe even a superior. You present a piece of the ghost signal's data. You claim it is a communication from a human probe, a probe deep inside swarm territory. It is a wild, audacious lie, a bluff on a cosmic scale. But their fear makes them want to believe it. Their terror is the bait. Your words are the trap. The lead negotiator, Elder Ones, watches you. Its previous disdain is gone. It has been replaced with a new, terrifying intensity. The being that saw you as an insect now looks at you as a serpent. It is trying to see past your lies. It is searching for the truth. You are lying, it projects. The thought is a blade, sharp and cold, but there is a tremor in it, a deep uncertainty. Its logic is at war with its fear. It cannot reconcile the human in front of it with the legends of the swarm. Am I? You ask. You lean forward slightly. You meet its gaze without flinching. Your entire civilization is built on a fragile peace. A peace you bought by hiding from the darkness. We never had that luxury. We were born in the dark. We are not afraid of it. You let that statement hang in the air. The elder's doubt is a palpable thing. You can feel it growing. The seeds of deception you have planted are taking root in its ancient mind. It is reevaluating everything it thought it knew about your species. It is beginning to believe the impossible might be true. It saw you as a primitive, a barbarian at the gates of its perfect world. But what if you are something else entirely? What if you are the only thing that can stand against the coming night? The elder Ones is trapped between its arrogance and its terror. And in that gap, you have found your victory. The final session of the accord begins. The air in the chamber is thick with unspoken tension. The other elders are present now, a silent council of ancient beings. Their collective psychic presence is a crushing weight. The chamber holds its breath, waiting for the outcome, You stand before them once more. But this time is different. You are not the supplicant. You are the harbinger, the bearer of unwelcome truths. Your heart pounds with the coming gamble. Everything rests on this moment. One wrong word and your bluff will collapse. The elder, Ones floats before its council. It has recounted your incredible claims. You can feel their collective skepticism, their disbelief. They are a jury of gods, and they are not easily swayed. They have seen empires rise and fall. Your words are meaningless without proof. You have made extraordinary claims, human, the lead elder projects. Its voice is now the voice of the entire synod. You speak of things you cannot possibly understand. You offer us nothing but empty words. It is a challenge, a demand for you to show your hand. The time for lies is over. You take a deep breath. This is it. You play your final card. You are not going to show them proof of your strength. You are going to show them proof of their weakness. The truth you reveal will shatter their composure. It will break them. You are correct, you say, your voice ringing with clarity. My words are not enough, so I will show you. You activate a command on your wrist device. A signal is sent back to Earth. A signal that tells a single, specialized probe to do something unthinkable. Far away, at the edge of the Sol system, the probe turns. It aims its core at the ghost signal source. It begins to broadcast a new message. Not a message of warning, but an active reply. An answer to a call that is millions of years old. A message that says, "We hear you. We are here." On the Synod station, alarms begin to scream. Red lights flash across the once calm black walls. The elders stir in their robes. A wave of pure panic washes through the room. They know what that signal means. It is a dinner bell, rung across the darkness of space. "What have you done?" the elder. Ones shrieks. The thought is pure, primal terror. It has lost all of its composure. It is no longer a god. It is a child staring at the monster crawling out from under its bed. A monster you invited into its home. "I have done what was necessary," you reply calmly. The swarm was always going to return. Your fragile peace was an illusion. You have been living on borrowed time. You project the data from the ghost signal onto the main view screen, the energy signature of their power source, their great vulnerability. Your entire civilization runs on a modified version of their technology, you state. You didn't defeat them. You stole their fire. And you have been praying they never came back to reclaim it. Well, prayers are no longer enough. The chamber is in chaos. The elders are projecting waves of panic and disbelief. You stand in the center of the storm, a calm, immovable object. You have revealed their deepest, darkest secret. You have exposed their profound weakness to the entire council. Their authority is broken. Their arrogance is dust. You silence the alarms with a gesture on your wrist device. The red lights die. The screaming stops. The silence that returns is heavier than before. It is the silence of absolute defeat. The Synod has no cards left to play. You hold all of them. You clear your throat. "Now," you say, your voice cutting through the tension, "let's talk about the new terms of this accord." You begin to dictate, from a position of absolute and undeniable strength. This is no longer a negotiation. It is a surrender. Theirs, not yours. You demand full technological exchange, access to their star charts, the secrets of their power generation, everything. They will give humanity the tools to leapfrog centuries of development overnight. You are not asking, You are telling. Next, you demand a mutual defense pact. Humanity and the Synod as equals. You will face the coming swarm together. Earth's unpredictable, chaotic strategy combined with their ancient knowledge. It is the only chance either of you have. The Elder, Wands, looks at you. Its alien face is unreadable, but you can feel its grudging respect. You have done the impossible. You have outmaneuvered a galactic empire. You have saved your species by holding a gun to its own head, and to the head of its oldest enemy. It knows you are right. Their way of hiding is over. The swarm is coming, and the loud, primitive, chaotic apes from a forgotten corner of the galaxy are now their only hope. The Synod has no choice but to agree. Their pride is a small price to pay for survival. The new treaty is drafted. Its words are of your making. It is no longer a document of surrender. It is a declaration of alliance, an accord between two powerful, independent civilizations. You stand before the obsidian table one last time. The Elder, Wands, materializes a stylus of light. It extends it to you. You take it. The light is warm in your hand. You sign your name to the final Earth Accord. The glowing characters of your script hang in the air next to the complex sigil of the Synod. It is done. As you finish, the immense weight on your shoulders finally lifts. The hope of 7 billion souls is secure. You did not just prevent extinction. You have launched a new era for your species. Humanity is no longer confined to its cradle. It is a true player on the star-born stage. You turn to leave the chamber. The Elder, Wands, gives a slight, almost imperceptible nod. It is a gesture of respect, a recognition of the new power in the galaxy. You walk back down the golden corridor. But it no longer feels intimidating. It just feels bright. You step back through the portal and onto the deck of your own ship. The air smells of recycled oxygen and home. The gilded cage is behind you. A new dawn for humanity has begun. But you know the truth. The real war, the war against the silent swarm, has just begun. And humanity will be on the front lines,